Welcome back to this week's edition of Real Estate Today, brought to you as always by Evans & Evans Real Estate. And today, with the new year upon us, we're taking a look back at the real estate market and what we saw locally here in 2020. And here to help us do that, we have Courtney Stewart, one of the realtors. And Courtney, thanks so much for meeting us out here today.
Thank you, as always. We appreciate you doing this with us.
Well, certainly, as you take a look back in 2020, the big headline there is COVID and what it was going to do to the real estate market.
Absolutely. And getting started, we didn't really know, because who can tell the pandemic, like what's going to happen. And it ended up being a little crazy, I'm sure, as we've covered everything this year. When it started and everything shut down, everything kind of slowed way down. And people were still looking, but you had to be cautious. So once people opened back up some and decided, okay, we're still going to look, then we had an issue with kind of a bottlenecking, because spring market, when you usually have all the listings come up, they didn't. So we had a big slowdown, and people, when they started looking again, there were no houses.
Yeah, the inventory was so low.
Yes, so, and it's still low because it's just kind of not opened back up completely. So there's still a huge demand, and our inventory is still super low. People are coming from everywhere right now trying to buy, and it's just so hard for those people.
Yeah, in fact, it seemed like throughout the year, as the year continued to progress, if you wanted a home, you needed to act quickly.
Yes, and it's still like that. I mean, many homes are having multiple offer situations where you have to put in your best offer up front. There's not a lot of room for negotiation right now, because like 4 or 5 people may want the same house, and you have to go in pretty much all in.
Yeah, and it seemed like, too, it wasn't even enough to have maybe the selling price. It was what kind of equity do you have? How much can you put down? A lot played into the finance.
There was a lot, of course. Cash always talks, so that's a big one. So a lot of people were coming in with cash deals. A lot of people went over the asking price, and it's great for the sellers, not so great for the buyers. But I mean, it's just, you know, depending on how bad you want it, how much you want to go over. That happened quite a bit this year.
Yeah. How did mortgage rates, interest rates, how did they play in during 2020?
Well, for the buyers, of course, sellers had a good year money-wise. Buyers actually had a great year rate-wise. So I've got some notes here. The 30-year fixed rate is in the high 2s, and that's been what it's been for a while now. And of course, it depends on credit and some other factors. And then the 15-year fixed rate was low to mid 2s. So, and that's the minimal with no discount points. So. With the rate so low, people were taking a lot of advantage of that, trying to buy, and that also kind of got people into the market, where more flooding of the market with not a lot of inventory kind of plays in again.
How did you see when it came to people that were purchasing? Did you notice a lot of people coming in from different areas? We kind of seemed like we had a big influx of people that were moving. Huge
influx. So California, Florida, New York, Texas, tons of people have been coming from those states. A lot of people I know are able to work remotely right now, so they're taking advantage of coming here with no state or with no income, state income taxes, and living in our counties with no city taxes, and then also being able to work from home. So they're staying with their jobs in their states where they're making probably a little more than they are here, and moving to the state where the cost of living is so low. So that's a lot of people are just taking advantage of that.
I mean, it sounds like really a historic year when it comes to real estate.
It really is, and we don't know, you know, what's going to continue happening. We're still busy. Like, it hasn't slowed down. Usually there's a kind of a slow point in the winter and picks back up in the spring, but we're still going full speed.
And continues to be really a seller's market then, would you say?
Right now it does. Our inventory is still really low. So people do take a break around this time because it's cold. Nobody really wants to move in the winter. But we still have a lot of people looking, and we're still trying to get people to list their homes. So if you're considering selling, it's still a good time to sell. You'll still get top dollar for your home right now.
Wow, and then of course moving into 2021, it sounds like we're going to take a lot of these trends with us, at least through the beginning of the year.
I believe so, yes. You know, nobody can really predict with COVID how it's going to continue to play out. It's hard to predict with this being thrown at us what a typical real estate would be 2 years ago is definitely probably not going to happen this year. Wow.
What a year 2020 has
Absolutely.
been.
Yep,
all right.
definitely.
Well, Courtney, thank you so much for taking us back and taking a look at some of the trends that we saw in 2020. If you would like to get a hold of Courtney, here is her telephone number. And of course, she is with Evans & Evans Real Estate, and you can always visit their website as well. Hey, coming up, we are going to show you a patio home on the market right in the heart of Johnson City. Stay with us. The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by